IVM.
Hi,
You're
listening to IVM.
daily.
Hi guys, welcome to IVM Daily, your everyday source of banter from the IVM staffers, where we talk about what's going on in the world and what's going on in our minds.
That sounds not rehearsed at all. Sounds amazing. Great intro, Jaanam.
I have been practicing, I won't deny it.
I'll say. Lot of fans of the show I hear.
Yeah, so by the way, my name is Jaanam and with me I have Navin Narona.
Yes, that's me.
So Navin, what are we talking about today?
So I watched a movie last night called A Quiet Place. I've been hearing a lot of buzz about this movie, and basically it stars my favorite female actor, Emily Blunt.
Okay.
And I found out that John Krasinski...
Emily Blunt, yeah, she's his wife, yeah.
Yeah, John Krasinski, who was also in the movie and is the director of the movie.
Oh, wow.
And, I'm not really a big fan of John Krasinski after The Office ended because he didn't have much to do.
Yeah.
And even when he got into The Office, basically just auditioned for the role and he got the role, right? So he never had to really work on his acting chops up until now, where, he's been taking up really serious projects. He was in that Benghazi movie. And now...
Is this his directorial debut?
I don't think so. He's done a movie before as well.
Okay.
But that didn't make any buzz. This one, though, however, every big, movie director, creator, Steven Spielberg, Jordan Peele, Stephen King, of all people, tweeted about the movie, and I was like, okay, if the, if the god of horror is writing about this, then I should check it out. And thankfully, I got to catch a screening in Bombay. And the movie is impeccably good. It's so unreally, because you go to horror movies right now, and over the past few years, you've seen the same barrage of horror flicks where a family is in a haunted house and the ghost is haunting them.
Yeah.
There's an exorcism of some sort at the end. That's the whole three pieces that they have in the story. This, however, the movie kicks off with the plot being there itself. You know that we are in a world where humankind is almost done, and we are introduced to this family. And the family doesn't talk to each other. So we have to wonder why, right?
Yeah.
And the reason why is because if you make any sound, then you can die.
Oh.
There are creatures lurking in the woods and around you who can only respond to sound. So even the slightest of sounds...
Even a whisper.
Even a whisper, yeah. So they have to basically use sign language to communicate with each other. So
that's interesting.
So yeah, John Krasinski and Emily Blunt have 3 kids.
Okay, they play a married couple.
They play a married couple who have 3 kids, and so basically the movie starts off with the kids getting ready to leave from one place, go to the other place, and the youngest of them has a small rocket which is a remote controlled rocket sort of.
Okay.
Not a remote controlled rocket, but more like a battery operated rocket.
Yeah.
And so the kid almost drops it, and John Krasinski catches it and says, "They can hear us. If they hear us, then we are dead." He just sign languages basically, and the kid still takes the rocket with him. And then takes the battery also along. So the families basically, wherever they walk, they lay down sand so they don't make any noise with their footsteps. They walk bare feet everywhere. And that's what. So they're traveling from one place to the other. This is the opening scene, okay? They're walking, and that kid finally, when they come across a bridge, puts the battery into the rocket, and the rocket starts. And John Krasinski runs towards the baby, but almost while he's getting to the child, the creatures come and take the kid away.
Oh. I mean, 3 kids, so one of them is expendable.
Yeah. So that happens in the opening scene itself, and you're like, oh, now the mood is set. So they basically can't make a sound in the entire film.
Okay.
And that's what you are left with. You're left in a big theater with people watching with you, but no one's making a single sound.
So there are no dialogues in this movie?
Very few. There's very sparsely dialogues are used, but it's just the set pieces and the thriller of it. They're lurking everywhere, but if you say anything, you make a peep and they'll come and catch you.
So these creatures, what are they like?
So they look a lot like the creatures from Stranger Things, which is they have a proper
Demogorgons.
The Demogorgon structure, but they have an entire face which opens up to show only massive earlobe sound structure, right? So they just have gaping holes in their head which can hear even the slightest of sound.
Okay.
So you see when they don't say much until when they're walking around a footpath and you see a newspaper fluttering, right? And it says, "It's sound!" ! That's what they are after. So you make a sound and you're dead. So now also, okay, when we cut back to the present time where the movie is set now, Emily Blunt is pregnant again.
Okay. For the fourth kid.
For the 4th time, yeah.
Is this after the kid
After
is dead?
the kid is dead, yeah.
Okay.
It's like replacement kid.
Okay.
Because when the world is ending, you don't need condoms so much.
Yeah. True.
So now she's pregnant again, and now they're going to have a baby.
Okay.
And when a baby is born, they cry, right?
Yeah.
So
Also labor pain.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the whole second half of the movie, and it's so good. I had literally goosebumps throughout the entire movie. I was just like waiting for it to like. They put an interval in the middle for no reason. I didn't want an interval because it's proper like less than 2-hour movie, and you could have just done with that entire flow. And I was really impressed, man. The young kid who's played. So there's one daughter, the oldest daughter, she's actually deaf and dumb. So that
How
puts...
convenient for her, man. Like,
no, not convenient, even more so because she can't even hear the monsters coming.
Oh.
So because of her, the whole family learns sign language, but when the monsters are lurking around, everybody can hear them.
Yeah.
But she can't.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. But I feel like everybody should catch this movie just for the
it sounds so interesting, yeah?
Yeah, so you can't like...
Yeah.
Everybody's like holding their breath in the theatre. Can you believe that? They're just like... it's so panicky.
I want to watch this.
Yeah, you should totally
Is
watch
it on Netflix?
No, it's in the theaters right now. It's not on Netflix so far. It's just released like last week.
Okay.
And I definitely like believe that this is... And Michael Bay's produced it for a change. So I'm like, okay, this is good. There's a bathtub scene also. Like, it's so good. Like, every scene in the movie is just like one escalation to the other escalation. And perfectly like... gives a whole new spin to the horror genre by itself. It
would be interesting to see how they go about their daily activities without making any sound, like just eating and like, They
show that. Like they can't cook food. They basically like steam their fish. So, like he teaches his son how to catch fish and everything. And then they bring the fish back. So they go through their daily affair by just making no sounds and being very, quiet about it. Wow. They can't hear podcasts obviously over there. So yeah. Like even if they want to slow dance, they have to like listen to a headphone and dance together. Man,
our producer Gaurav will not survive here for even a second. He would be killed instantly.
Exactly. I mean, like some people are expendable that way. Like the kid. Gaurav flashing the middle finger there. This will haunt him in his dreams. But yeah, so I was, really impressed by how they're taking horror films and, now going back to the old days. I spoke about grindhouse horror in the recent IVM Daily episode where I suggested Brawl in Cell Block 99.
Yeah.
And I like that, when the horror genre was first... David Carpenter came in and all these people were trying to mess around with it, right?
Yeah.
So even Spielberg, for that matter, when he first got hands on creature films, he would like build up to it. So if we don't see the creature again, like halfway through the movie, we don't know what the creature looks like.
Okay.
Classic Spielberg, right?
Yeah.
When Jaws, you don't see the shark for like 3/4 of the movie. And that reveal makes more sense. So we're going back to that old school horror, and also at the same time deviating from the genre style itself.
Like, like not the conventional supernatural element or like ghosts and spirits.
Exactly, like witch hunting and all of that shit is gone. I mean, like when Blair Witch Project came, it did a new spin on the horror genre, right? Because it was like found footage movie and people believed that was real.
Yeah.
Then Get Out came last year, which is like using race as a jumping point to talk about horrifying real life, And now they're taking sound as a medium. Annihilation,
yeah. I spoke about it on IVM Likes and Geek Fruit also.
Yeah. So like even that movie, though it's listed as horror, people will be like, oh, it's not actually horror.
Yeah.
But that whole bear scene, it like makes you shit your pants. It's as like, when you're psychologically horrified by what's happening on the screen. Babadook also, where you don't know the ghost is real or not. It's all psychological. So I like how now movies are again breaking out from that format, and all the Conjurings and Annabelles are like as commercial and as good as they are. We need this happen to happen.
I agree. I completely agree.
Definitely check A Quiet Place out. John Krasinski, Emily Blunt are so good in the movie. The kids also are really good. It's probably going to go out by the end of this week. So if it's a Tuesday you're listening to this, please go to nearest cinema hall, catch it in a theater, because there's no other feeling like catching this movie in a cinema hall. So that's it. So that was our take on A Quiet Place, basically my take, and Jaanam is now intrigued. If like Jaanam you're also intrigued, then do go check it out in a cinema hall near you. For other genre-defying movies that we spoke about, like Annihilation and Brawl in Cell Block 99, we will link it with this episode, so do check out the description and you'll be taken there.
If you want to reach out to us, we are at IVM Podcasts on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Use the hashtag IVM Daily. I am at the rate Jaanam Devan on Twitter.
I'm at the rate House of Narona.
That's it. See
Bye-bye.
you guys tomorrow. Bye.
There she stands, a podcast addict. Outside the bank, having travelled several miles to get in with other poor souls like her. The journey, though daunting for this youngling, will have some comfort because she has downloaded her favorite podcast. You can see more of her species on ivmpodcasts.com, your one-stop destination where you can check out the coolest Indian podcasts. Happy listening.